Okay, we were a little late to do the recording, so all the details of Sale-a-Bration have been discussed, but feel free to go check it out on the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator website or message me or ask questions in the group. We'll get them all answered for you. There is no question too dumb. Like, we understand things change all the time and everything can get really confusing. I am still really confused. So don't feel bad to reach out and ask questions if you have them. But what I was just saying is we are going to start a series of lives over the next 12 months just to kind of add some little extra training in the group for those who might want to grow their way next year. Now, funny that I said that because I was actually going to show you guys. I've been working on my one word. I've narrowed it down, but I haven't actually come to an agreement with what it is. Grow is my number one, only because I have a stamp that says grow that I want to use. Um, but I'm kind of leaning towards the word move that just popped in my head today, meaning I just need to keep moving forward. And so one of those things is to give some more training in the group for those who might want to kind of also expand and grow. So the first one is going to be on lives and videos. And when I create the event, I'll try and make sure to include what the topic is. So you can decide if you want to be there live or not. But of course, we always love the support and the comments and the questions to go along with it because sometimes there are things that maybe I'm not thinking about that you guys are all wondering. So there is some different things I want to do with lives that I haven't attempted yet. And so this is also forcing me to research it a little bit and maybe challenge myself to take it on. So hopefully you guys will join me. I have those planned for the second Tuesday of every month. So it's kind of called Tuesday trainings. And the 14th is the first one at 7 p.m. And it'll be a Facebook Live. And because I still haven't figured out, and this will be one of the challenges for me, how to actually record it to get it to drop into the Facebook group. Because remember that all went away, but there's a way you can do it now. It's not easy. And so I have to spend the time to wrap it around my head and play with it to make it happen. So it's just easier for me to do a Facebook Live, have kind of the live chat going, and we'll go from there. Does anyone have questions on that? Okay. I do have kind of like a whole year planned out of what those little mini bite size training looks like. Um, so anyway, stay tuned for more on that. Okay. And then rewards. So before I hand it over to Kim, I'm just going to we'll talk about this more because we are talking about stamping rewards next month. But I do want to let you know that I'm bringing back Trisha's Twist and Dab stamp and reward cards. I have these fun cards in recognition, and each card is worth $5. And so what I want to do is I'm going to reward this to the top 5 sales in the group. And we're going to see how that goes. So, of course, it's just a matter of putting in sales, and whoever those top 5 are will receive a lovely card along with a reward card. Now, on the back, we'll have your name. There is no expiry date. So you can collect these all year and then redeem them with me at the end of the year for whatever product you want out of the Stampin' Up! Catalog or online or whatever is available to us as demonstrators to purchase. So I'm excited to bring that back. I just wanted to kind of let you know because one of the main challenges that I have in our every month, it's just always been, is a minimum of a $200 sales. It's just a small challenge for us just to help kind of keep those minimums because I know, sometimes we go all 3 months and then it hits us, oh my gosh, I got to have my 350 CSV in, which is more like $400. And it's like that could be a little tough sometimes. So if maybe we can kind of drag it out over the months, it might be a little easier. So anyways, I do have that challenge of 200 CSV each month, but there was no reward attached to it just because I had to find the time to sit and have office time to make it work. So I'm committed to keep moving forward. I have invested in all of these beautiful cards. We just need to use them. So I've kind of committed myself to one day a month to make some cards so that I can get them out in the mail. So January will be the start of this. So I just wanted to share that with you because hopefully, some of you guys will earn some bucks and be able to cash it in on some fun stuff. Okay, that's all I have for now, but you know what? Let's just do another quick round for a prize. Sorry, Kim. And then I'll hand it over to Kim. But you guys need to win. Did anyone put in new colors?
I did.
Okay, good, good, good. As long as you guys are keeping track. Don't forget, yell celebrations when you hit it. So we've got early espresso. Ooh, right off the bat. Pumpkin pie.
Can we just use our old ones?
Yeah, you can. Cherry cobbler.
Woohoo.
We've got berry burst. We've got petunia pop. Blackberry bliss. Shy shamrock. We've got balmy blue. Night of navy. Apparently I didn't mix these very well. Flirty flamingo. That's a new one. We have crumb cake. Poppy parade. Gorgeous grape. Basic gray. Fresh freesia. Crushed curry. Lemon lime twist. Soft sea foam. Garden green. Melon mambo. Old olive. Smoky slate. Misty moonlight. Copper clay. Coastal cabana. Pretty in pink. Anyone close? Daffodil delight. Ooh, blueberry bushel. Did anyone have that one?
Sale-a-Bration, I do too.
Oh, someone said celebration?
Yeah.
Is that you, Karen?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was there only one person? Okay, excellent. So for you, I've got the bright 6x6 designer series paper to go with
Nice.
wonderful colored markers.
Thank
Okay,
you.
one goes away. We'll have another round here after Kim does some make and takes. I will move my spotlight. I will hand it over to Kim.
Oh, so of course we're focusing on celebration, which we should all have this by now. This particular card I was focusing on page 11, this free set of 12 by 12 bloom impressions paper, which one side is quite floral, some of it's quite bold, the other side is tamer, a little bit more of a water wash color. So I know a lot of us look at this paper going, what am I going to do with this really bold print? Like, that's really pretty. Love that. But this is something a little bit, whoa, what do I do with that? But if you cut it into smaller pieces or do it in a smaller size, it ends up being quite pretty. And what's nice about this one is that this happened to be the back side of this. So it actually went really well together, which I like the fact that they do that with our paper. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but it really did this time. So this is the card we're making. It's fairly simple design because I was focusing on the DSP more than anything and some new things too. So what we're using for ink is Shy Shamrock, which is of course our ink color. We're using the new really pretty pearls. They're more of a flatter pearl than a rounder pearl. And they're called antique pearls. So they're a little creamier in color. And they have 3 different sizes from big to small. I also used our mixed label dies, which is a really cute set. So you have like these layering dies, and then you have some standalone dies. And it's also mixed label is what I use for the words. You're pretty wonderful. And it has other nice things too, and a little flower sprig and a piece of banner as well. But these go together. So what you should have in your kit is, of course, basic white cardstock in 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's just simple fold in half as per usual. And what's nice about using a white card bases that you don't have to add anything really to the inside to write on. It's already white. So that's why I like white a lot. Then we're going to do a base layer, which is Shy Shamrock, and that's 5¼ by 4. You can, if you want, an embossing folder, but I decided not to. So you just lay that right on top. Make sure you have a nice border all the way around. Then you're going to have 2 pieces of your DSP, which is the Sale-a-Bration. You're going to have 1 piece, which is the floral. You want to make sure the flowers are going in the right direction. And that's 2 inches by 5. Then you're going to have the back side of it, which is this nice watercolor green, which is Shy Shamrock. And this is 5 inches by 1 5/8. There. And all you're going to do on that is put your adhesive down. And you can do it either on the left or right. It's what personal choice, how you want to attach them. It doesn't really matter. What I mean by that is you can have your floral on this side, or you can have your floral on this side. Like my original card, I had it here. But if you want to mix it up and put it on the other side, that's totally fine too, which I think I might do this time. You just make sure you have a little bit of a border, and I don't want to press too hard right away because I want to make sure this is going to line up properly. Because I want to make sure that the outside edge is going to have the same border all the way around, and I want to make sure that that DSP lines up with the other DSP. And once you get that, then you can put them both down, because you don't want this higher than this, right? So that's that part. Then you have these 2 labels, which are the same labels, one in white, one in Shy Shamrock. And the white has this little decorative. Now you could leave it as is and just cut this in half and then mount it so that you have the green, showing on both sides. Because if you mount it like this, you're never going to see the green. But what I did, I just went along that line of the dash. I don't know if you can see there. Doesn't really show the dotted that well. Oh, there you go. You see that dotted little dash? I just used that as my guide, and I just kept that off. So then that's how I got it to look like I have a bit more of a border. But this time I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to cut it in half. Because a lot of us know how to do that well. So you just take your label, cut it in half, put a bit of adhesive on the back of your white piece. Then you're just going to line that up as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. That, take your other piece. That.
And sorry, Kim, where are these dies from again?
This is called the mixed label dies.
Okay, thank you.
That matches the mixed label. So that it could be maybe an online exclusive, but I can't remember. But I just like the cool design because they had just different, and they all have like a little bit of detail, a little bit different to it. Mm-hmm. And then of course that's popped up on dimensionals, of course. Because I like things up a little higher. And of course, if you want to add ribbon like Sue did, if you saw what she posted earlier, I like that idea of the added green ribbon. I don't have that ribbon, but you can certainly use white and color to any color you want, or you can use any other color. But I did this one fairly simple because I figure after the holidays, you just needed to break in something not so complicated. And then put that right in the middle. And then I took my pearls. I took one of the big ones. And I just put it down at the bottom. And I took one of the medium ones. Sometimes it wants to come off the paper. I just kind of lined that up in a row. And then I took one of the tiny ones. Put that on row. And that's your card. Obviously, you could go definitely busier than that, but I kept it fairly simple.
Yeah, I love it, Kim. It is simple stamping. Hashtag simple stamping. So I do appreciate this, especially because it kind of follows the system I have for paper, inks, and stamps. I always start with my paper because there could be multiple colors in it. So in this case, this pattern paper is so beautiful, but it's got that green in it to kind of help bring out what colors you're going to use. And so the paper kind of dictates what ink pads you're going to use. The ink is the green, and then the stamp just kind of came with it. So anyways, I love it, Kim. This is like my kind of simple stamping. So I'm going to actually share this as a post with my simple stamping. Because you're right. Sometimes we just need it, or you just need a go-to card. This is a great one to have as a template if you just need something fast and out the door. You don't have the time to spend on a whole lot, but you want to give someone a handmade card. It's perfect.
And it's great to use your paper too, because what's great about this pattern is that all you had to do is turn it over and you had a complimentary side.
Exactly. And it's free. Like it's part of the freebies that you can pick up, so you can use lots of it. I like the gems you chose too, because just as an FYI, these are the gems that are in the make and take packs for anyone who's coming to Creative Carnival to check out all this new stuff and all the displays. But deadline, I think, to register with make and takes is tomorrow. So just as an FYI.
So yeah, keep your eye on the online store because they always have new things coming and going.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to talk about that in the training. So don't forget about the last chance list. Like you said, so there was a whole bunch of items added to be able to be last chance before January 7th when the new mini comes in. So on the Stampin' Up! Website, they actually have a spot for you to go to take a look at retiring products. And they've got two lists. One's a last chance list, one's a discontinued list. So what happens is they put the last chance items on the last chance part of the website so you can take a look, because once those are gone, they're gone. And then as soon as it's gone, it gets moved over to the discontinued list. And what Stampin' Up! Has done is they're trying to make it easier for us to know what's retired and what's not. Because I don't know if any of you guys remember, but it was like, oh, if it was in this catalog, you got to wait a year until after this catalog is out. And if it was in this catalog, you got to wait. You know, there's no end date. We don't know when it's going to retire. And it was just very confusing for people who wanted to sell items or use them. So anyways, now they're making it a whole lot easier. There's two lists you can go find, last chance and retired. And whatever's on the retired list is just retired. And it looks like they've actually gone back to 2022 with that. So if you're wondering, you should be able to see a bunch of things. Anyways, sorry, Kim. These are cute.
And then, of course, everybody got a treat, which is honey sticks. And I used the Be My Valentine because the reason I used it because I had honey sticks and bees go together. But the other reason why I wanted to use a stamp set because it's coming back in I think a very similar or different version through the scrapbooking section. If I remember correctly.
Yep.
I'm so excited because it's the theme of my scrapbook retreat, FYI.
So that's why I picked that, because I knew that was coming again. So if you already have this set, you kind of got yourself set up for something already. But I know there's maybe a few different things in the new set. But don't also forget that not Sale-a-Bration, but Paper Pumpkin also has that new die that's coming out this month that has this cute little honeycomb shape.
And I ordered one of them to give away as a prize. It's just not here.
So that's why I used that, in case you guys were wondering why we have bees for January, but that was the reason why.
Yeah, I love it, Kim. And you know what? Don't forget, as I was doing my Clear Out Bingo, I had to pull some things and not give them away because one of the items we used to have is a Hive 3D. Oh, it's right here. A Hive 3D embossing folder. So some of you might have this too. So make sure you remember about that as you pull out your bee stuff.
So the next card is, again, dealing with celebration as that, but also bringing in a bit of humor and, of course, Valentine's Day, which is Be Mine, 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 because, you know, the thing from Dory and the seagulls. And I just thought that the seagulls were super cute. Maybe not everybody's style, but I thought they were cute. And I also used the bee punch for the little heart that he's holding in his mouth. That's where that heart came from. So again, if you have that, you're set up for scrapbooking as well. Markers. And I didn't stamp your guys' ground because I didn't know how you guys were going to do your birds, how low you wanted them. So if you have like this stamp set, or if you have another stamp set, like the truck one is another one that came to mind, it has like that grounding stamp. so you can have a shadow underneath the truck or whatever. You could do that instead of the little dots, or you could just use your marker and do little dots to make it gravelly look. But that's where that stamp set comes from. It's from that little guy there. But I didn't know exactly where your bird would line up, so I decided not to pre-stamp that for you on there.
Or you just have to wait until you get your free stamp set to add it in. I did end up ordering that, Kim, just because I knew you were doing the stamp.
So there's a few things. Get all my letters. They're all stuck at the bottom. Some of your guys' letters, even though I did try my hardest to put the sticky stuff on them, sometimes it stayed, sometimes it missed. So if you don't see the peel and stick, just use glue. It'll work just the same. Trying to get my eye. So hopefully I got all my letters. So what I did do adhesive sheets. This is another great product. If you don't have it in your stash, you need it. Not just for letters, but I mean a variety of things. I love this stuff. And a lot goes a long, 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 long way. Like I've had this package, I'm not exactly sure how many sheets are in it. Oh, 12. I had this a long time and I still have tons left. So like I said, a little does a lot. So in your kit, you should have lots of letters. You should have a little pink melon mambo heart. You should have your melon mambo piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4. You should have your little seagulls already pre-stamped for you. You should have your gold foil. That's that pretty gold. And that's one of the new dyes that gives that texture. And then you have a bigger heart, which is still part of the same dyes, but this is on the 12 by 12 marble of elegance art paper, which is, yeah, that's the back side. But I like the gold on it. And then you have your basic white 5 3 1/4. You also have a white heart. And then of course you have your basic white 8.5 by 5 1/2 hard base. And we're just going to put that stuff. Of course, the inks I used on this one, Memento, because we are using blends, so that's why I used that. If I wasn't using blends, because you can certainly use the other markers as well, because you're really only using one color, which is a gray or a black, depending on how you want to color them. Maybe a bit of yellow or orange, so nothing too crazy. So you could use your regular black ink and just use it with your regular markers, but I love my blends, so that's where I always gravitate to. And the other color I picked was Smoky Slate for the little rocks, because it just carried that gray tone from the birds. My markers that I chose to use, Color Lifter. I used a little bit of light Melon Mambo. I used the light and dark Smoky Slate. And I also used the light and dark Lemon Lolly. Those are my marker colors that I chose. Of course, the stamp set I'm using is Friendly Seagulls. And the Hearts of Elegance dies are where you get all these pretty hearts. And this has a lot of dies in it. This is just the first sheet, and then you have the bigger ones in the back. And then, of course, for embellishment, I had to bring in the purple sequins because they're gorgeous. And the fact that these really match really well because they're very dark. They're not like the pale. That's like a fresh freesia color or whatever. This is a little bit more toned to Melon Mambo, I thought. So that's why I picked that section. And then, of course, you have the ones that are more sequins, like light color. You got 4 different colors. So they're really good for the amount of money, I think. You can use them for a lot of different things. So that's the celebration item as well that we're using in this. And that's pretty much it for that. So I'm going to put all my letters and stuff out of the way. To get my card base, and we're going to do that first because let's get that folded. Again, I'm using white. We're going to do our card landscape instead of book. So you got to remember to do that. You want it open like this. Then you're going to take your Melon Mambo piece. This is, again, if you wanted to, though, to me, there's no point in doing any embossing on it because you're only going to see such a small portion of it. It makes more sense just to keep it as plain paper. And again, you just want to make sure you get that nice border all the way around. Then you're going to take your big heart, which is that DSP color, and everyone might be a little bit different because the patterns are a little bit different depending on how I cut them out of the paper. And this is flat on flat, so there's no dimensional on this. And this is a pretty big heart, so try and do it in the center. as best you can. Oh, wait a minute, before you do that, I want my white. I thought that was missing something. Gotta build it up. Here we go. Then you can bring in your heart. Again, you want to try and make that as centered as you can. Give it a nice press. Then you have your gold heart. And that again is flat. And you just want to try and find that as centered as you can. It's not going to be a perfect fit for two reasons. One, it's not a perfect shaped heart because it's a little elongated versus this is a more round, but it still fits inside, so it's really pretty. So that's that part. And then you have your white heart, and that will be on dimensional, but we're not going to do that till we get the letters. But I want to do the coloring first because it's fussy cutting too. You're welcome. So the little bit of red, the only thing I'm actually coloring is this one bird that has his little mouth a little bit open, because most birds, if you see a seagull, they have a bit of redness inside their mouth. So that's all I'm doing, that weeny teeny little smidge. And I wanted to tie into the color, so that's why I picked Melon Mambo. Otherwise, I probably would have gone with a red, probably real red, but I wanted to keep the colors there. And then with the beaks and the feet, I did with Lemon Lolly, and I started with the light first. Feet and the big guy here. And remember with the yellows, they do kind of bleed the black a little bit for some reason, so just kind of do a light-handedness with it. And then I come in with the dark, just where I think a shadow might be, and around the outer edges and stuff like that. You can make it as dark as you want. You could even do, you don't like the yellow, you can certainly go probably pumpkin pie, even peach pie maybe. But I thought pick yellow. This one seems to be a forgotten yellow, so that's why I picked that. And then this is where you go with the wings. So I started with my dark, which normally is not what I usually start off with. But I started with the tips of the wings, and all I did was kind of like a smush. I'm just doing the tips and bring it forward a little bit, and then drawing a bit of a line in that section there. So it's not pretty. It's just like that. Then I'm going to take my light, and I'm going to fill in a stripe, and then I'm just going to color over top a little bit. Then I'm going to take, again, it's not pretty. It's kind of a scribbly. Then I'm going to take my color lifter. I'm going to work from the dark inwards, because then that draws that color, and that's where I'm going to pull in. And mine's a squeaker, so I'm not sure how you guys feel about the noise, but it doesn't bother me too much. And I'm just doing that one wing. So even though it doesn't look like I'm doing much, it just slightly spreads that color out a bit. And as it dries, you'll notice a little bit more. And then, of course, if you want more, you can go back in and do another layer of color, depending on how dark you want your little wing to go. But it's just giving it like a little sprinkle of a color, not really a dominant color. And the same thing goes for the other little bird. Start with the little wingtips. These are a little bit shorter. Go around to the base. Then I'm going back over with my light. Light a little bit. If you want, you can bring it over here if you want to carry a little bit more. And depending on your marker for your color lifter, some are juicier than others. So just remember that. This one is not as juicy as what I probably would want. But that's okay. And as you can see, it does make it bleed out a little bit. So it does make that kind of like a gray gradient on his little wing. And that's it for coloring. Very simple, nothing too extraordinary. And then of course, then we're just going to fussy cut it, both the birds out. And then we're going to take our little heart, put it with the birds, because that's where it goes. Then we should go in our letters, and we should have a B and an E. Then you should have 3 M's, 3 I's, and 3 E's for mine. And if they stick together, I apologize for that. I tried my best to keep the backs on the stickiness, but it didn't always work out. There's one line, not an E, not an M, not an I. And there's my I. I do have them, but they're probably stuck in my box. Or they fell out when I tipped them over. Anyways, you get the gist. So what you want to do, you want to line them up. So you have them all in a row. Then you're going to take your heart and you got to start with the B. Like I said, some of my letters I did get sticky stuff on, and some I somehow missed the boat. But that being said, it's not a big deal. You just take your glue. You want to put that B in the high upper left part of your heart. Hope you can see that. Just give it a gentle squeeze. So you don't want any glue to, ooze out or anything. Just little dab will do you. Then take your little E. Right beside you. Just gently press that down once you're happy with placement. That's how it's going to look like, your little B. And then you're going to take your M. And I'm going to try and line that up. So some of it will be off the heart, and that's okay. I'm going to take my little I. And once you get that first word down, it's a little bit easier after that, because then you're just following the same pattern. Here's my N. You want to try and keep the spacing as close to being the same as possible. Now this one, you can tell I'm not going to have a lot of room, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the one edge of my E, because I don't need it on the rest of it, because there's not a lot making it stay there. And I'm just going to push that down. So see how it's hanging off the heart? That's okay. Then this is where it gets easier, because now you can line up your next M and then your next M. And then you go do the same pattern, except for maybe your last E, because it will probably be way off the mark, like this one is. So what I did there, I didn't do it underneath the end, and it's just barely hanging on, but with that E, I did put a bit of dimensional on the back of that E, because your heart's going to be popped up on dimension. So once we get all the letters on, I'm only going to do that first row, because you don't need to watch me do all these letters. You guys get the idea. And then you just take your dimensional. And if you wanted to add that gold thread that comes with this suite, you certainly can too. It would be pretty. I never thought of it at the time, but it's not necessary. You take off all your backs. Bring in your card. And then you want to line that up. And it's not going to be perfect. You want to see a little bit of gold all the way around that white. And then you're going to place that down. Like so. And that, because I can now see where I might want to put my bird, I would maybe do the stamping before I mounted the heart. Because I know I'm going to do it in this corner. And that's where I would put the underlining or whatever. You could even do it with the tip of your marker. You want to just draw some lines and stuff like that for your little bird. And of course, you're going to pound him on dimensional. And you're going to put him with dimensional, and you're going to try that little heart. And you're going to just place it inside his mouth. So it looks like that. And then you're going to add your 3 gems. Again, you have bigger, medium, and small. And I put the other one just at the edge of the gold to bring in that purple color, or purpley pink color, I guess. And that's the second card. Like I said, these ones were fairly simple and stuff. It's just a lot of cutting letters, but
I was going to say simple because you did all the work for us.
see, that's what a back of your letter, if you had a sticky on it, would look like. Like I said, some managed to go through good, others missed some of it. So
Well, and actually, I forgot all about these letters. I haven't used them in a long time. I don't like. I think they are retired, but
yeah,
never get rid of your dies that are.
Right. Which ones are they?
these ones are retired, but they are
Because they're very
letters.
They're very
But we
okay.
have another set that's very similar, but they're a little bit more rounder. And they're actually in the brochure. They show them here because they did a really cute sample card where they use them to make the letters for snacks, and they stamp the rocks on the snacks.
Oh, cute.
So that's the way they did those letters too. But they don't have the name of the die there, but that's another way you could do it. But that one cuts out multiple of letters, which is nicer. Where this is like one letter each.
Yeah, it's on one sheet, but these ones that retired, they have multiple of like your vowels and stuff, right?
Nope, not this set.
No, what's it called?
The one after it does, like the one that's current. This one is,
What's it called? Oh, little letters?
yeah, little letters. Then let's die. Way it was like when we still had the green. Like it's old.
Yeah.
I've used these ones, but
I think it came out with all the Project Life stuff, didn't it?
maybe I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I do remember like my kids have used it for a lot of school projects and stuff. So
And I still have it all. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't think I got rid of it.
and that's the two cards I did. Like I said, I wanted to keep it kind of simple, not too complicated for January. Plus, it was a quick turnover, so I had to think of something quick.
Yes.
Thank you. And now we're all one card ahead for Valentine's Day. Woohoo!
There you go.
Thank you.
Haven't been in a while. Okay, Sue, I think I might have lied. I thought I still had it, but I don't see it. Kim, is that in a large envelope or a small envelope?
I guess a small.
I think
That's
I still
okay.
have
Kim
it.
made me some extras. I'm gonna go grab them tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some here for already. See? Irony.
And let them go. Okay, yeah, and so on that note about changing the date, it's because I wanted to have a date that was consistent. So Kim, when make and takes needed to be done, I was just squeezing in these meetings in between the rest of my calendar, but not for 2025. We are moving forward and we are having Team Stamp Together as the first Sunday of every month. That way you guys all know when to expect it. If for whatever reason I don't have the invite up early, you know that it's this month. So hopefully that'll just help with some planning for everybody. So thank you, Kim, for throwing this together in a short turnaround time. And thank you so much, Sherry, for going to get them and deliver them. Are you okay? And I forgot to ask, so maybe message me offline if you're still good to kind of be our delivery
Yes,
for this
Yeah.
year as well.
I am. What I'll do though is Kim will always come on Thursdays if you're okay with that. And Trisha, I'll always deliver them Friday before 2.
Okay.
If
Sounds
that
good. And then
works.
they'll be in my mailbox for everyone. I don't bring them in at all. I don't even grab mine until like the Sunday. So if anyone else who's picking up from my house, just know that Sherry will have them there by 2 o'clock and they're in my mailbox or wherever she leaves them, either in the box or the mailbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if anybody needs it before 2, like if they're coming in the morning, just let me know and then I'll make an earlier delivery. But I'll always post when I've left them at your place, Trisha.
Sounds good. And Kim,
We're
if
way too organized, you guys.
but Kim, if by chance, because I know sometimes Kim can get organized as she organizes her life, if you have kits done early for next month, because I think people are going away, maybe like just let them know if they're able to so that they can take the kit with them.
Yeah, just let me know and then that way I'll put down when I'm going to get them then.
Yeah, exactly. Or Kim can just do a post saying they are ready, but then everyone knows you're going on the Thursday before. But if not, then we'll just expect everything ready on the Thursday. if that works for everyone.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is awesome. We're going to be done early. I almost had time to do the mystery stamping with you guys ahead of time, but I didn't have a chance to give you guys the measurements. But this is good to know for timing, because what this means is I will post the measurements for mystery stamping ahead of time, and we will have mystery stamping as part of our stamp togethers. Because Lorette, it's only like 8:15 and we are like done our team stamp together. Although
Yes,
I do have more prizes. Yeah, I know. But I didn't, I mean, I thought of posting it before the event, but it was pointless because unless you guys are all in the craft room, but I think some of you guys go and bring it from downstairs upstairs. Am I right? Or does everyone have all their craft supplies near them?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll post it. But for the next meetings, we'll have the mystery stamping add-on as part of our stamp togethers, if that works for everybody.
Part of the reason why we're done early tonight too is I didn't have any techniques because we went through the whole catalog.
Yeah. And it's also because we're transitioning into new, and I didn't know how long I'd be talking about celebrations for. There was like all kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
But we also want to end sooner. Like we were going to 9:30, so I'm really hoping to try and be done by 9 every time at the latest. So hopefully, like if we're done sooner, I think everyone's okay with that too.
Yeah.
But it gives me more time to do some giveaways. So while you guys are all putting your cards together, if you want to change up your colors, you can change up your colors, but make sure you can either use your old colors or add new ones. And we're going to do another color drop. This time we're going to do, I don't know what you want to call it, the progression. So after the first person wins, we're just going to keep drawing until all the prizes are given away. What is that sound? Okay. So maybe shout out if you're putting new numbers or new colors in the chat. Did you guys see? I'm posting with Jose today everywhere. Jose is my new mug. Well, not new. I got it in Disney World a year ago when I was there for my birthday. I just haven't pulled her out yet. Him out. Jose. So Jose's been in my craft room with me today. You'll have to go and read my stories to find out what Jose has had to say. Jose also showed up in the Creative Carnival group too.
You go.
Okay. A way that I can spotlight you and me.
You'd think they should be able to do two, like a side by side, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna add a spotlight. There we go. That way you guys can still see the card. And as well as the colors. So is everyone good? Are we waiting on anyone on colors?
Good.
Okay, then I'm gonna start drawing. I love this. This is fun. And you know what? Those markers fit perfectly. Do you guys recognize this lunch bag?
It was a kit.
Yes, this
Oh,
was.
yeah, that was a kit.
Yes, it was a card kit. I'll have to start using this for my lunch. But it makes a good marker bag. Balmy blue. Garden green. That's the first time we saw that one.
Nope.
It's not? Oh.
I like that one.
Granny apple green. I love these colors. That's a nice combo too. Pretty peacock.
That's pretty too.
Gorgeous grape. Basic gray. Although it's basic gray. I don't think basic gray anyone guessed that. I'm going to take that out. Right? It's not a color in the color family. Crushed curry. I think I just had it in my stand.
It's a neutral.
Is it a neutral?
Yeah.
Okay, we're pulling it back in then. Summer splash. Berry burst. Copper clay. Pretty in pink. Oh. Coastal Cabana. It is really
Yay.
hard to tell the difference between these two, though, hey?
Hmm.
Bubble bath, night of navy, pool party, cherry cobbler, Highland heather, melon mambo. I feel like I'm calling all the same colors. Pumpkin pie, crumb cake, calypso coral. Did anyone
That's a
guess
new
that one? Blueberry bushel.
Celebration.
Charlene. Awesome, awesome. I just need my marker. Well, let me just use this one. Congratulations. Okay, so what you won was the celebration documenting the day, one of the new stamp sets.
Oh,
I
cool.
love that it says, oh, what a, and you can put whatever you want, but day seems to fit. It's got sunshine and love. And it's just the perfect stamp set. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, let's keep drawing. Let's see who's next. Shy Shamrock. Early espresso. Fresh freesia. Mossy Meadow. And we're on the same round, right, you guys? So this is just adding on. So there's your afternoon. Pecan pie. Did anyone have that one? Real red.
There we go.
Kim, was that you? Do I hear celebrations?
No, I'm
You had
just
pecan
finally
pie.
bored.
Okay. How about Misty Moonlight?
Yay.
Celebration.
Woo, Chantel! Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what I have for you here is a package of dry brushed metallic specialty designer series paper.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next one is the Daffodil Delight. How about soft sea foam? Lost Lagoon. Peach pie,
Awesome.
but not yet, hey?
Nope.
Old olive. Cajun craze.
That's a good color too.
Did anyone have that? How about smoky slate? Poppy parade.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Ooh, did anyone else have celebrate? No, Kim, I have for you the stamp set One Stop Box. It's the
Oh.
Paper Pumpkin subscription stamp set. You can share the love and creativity with others.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. This will make fun making takes too throughout the year.
Yep.
Hey, let's keep drawing. We've got Moody Mauve, Blackberry Bliss, Gray Granite.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Oh, Sherry! That is awesome. I have for you the fully flowering Ephemera pack.
Thank you. Don't have that.
Hey, let's keep going. Ooh, Flirty Flamingo.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Oh, Lorette! You know, I've got a really big bag of stuff here with her name on it.
Yeah.
Your bingo. She was our jackpot winner this month, or last month. Lorette, I have for you a package of that wood texture 12 by 12 paper.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. We've got lemon lolly twist.
Lemon
No,
lolly twist?
lemon lime twist. Anyone have it?
No, not that one.
Wild wheat. We're almost done. Boho blue. Seriously, we're only down to a few colors left. Lemon lolly. What? Petunia pop.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Deborah. Is there anyone who still hasn't won anything yet?
Well, I won this
I
time. I haven't won this
I
time.
haven't.
Two, Gorgeous Scrape and Night and Navy, unless I missed them.
Well, just
Missed
wait.
them.
No, yeah, you missed them. They're gone because all of the colors are gone.
What
Oh,
about
then
petal
I won
pink?
at some point.
What
Okay,
about petal pink?
pretty and pink. Oh no. Remember, there was
There is
no
no
we
petal
didn't have
pink.
no shaded spruce, no petal pink, no pebbled path.
I missed that. Sorry.
So Deborah, you've got the same paper, the wood textured paper, 12 by 12.
Thank you.
That's okay. So it's just Sue and Jennifer.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me do a name wheel to see who gets what. Or no, I got a better one. We're gonna put in berry burst and lemon lime twist. Jennifer, which one do you pick?
The Berry Burst.
Sue, your lemon lime twist, okay?
Yep.
And I got 2 prizes left, so the next person to get drawn will be able to pick lemon lime twist. Is that Sue?
Yep.
Okay, which would you like? Do you want the sparklies or would you like a package of stamps?
I'll do the sparklies.
You'll do which?
The sparklies.
Okay, and so Jennifer, the stamps are yours.
That's perfect because that's what I would have picked. That's a good one.
That's awesome.
Right?
I have lots of stamps.
Hey, good. Oh my gosh, Jennifer, I can't even spell your name.
Matter of fact, I
Thank
think I
you.
have a pack of those, Trisha, from last year.
Yeah. Oh, with the lovely cards we made. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad I was able to clear out some of that. We'll have to watch for other fun prizes. What I'll probably do is give some away at the training. As well, we'll find other ways to give away the celebration fun free stuff that we have on the go. I just want to say thank you again, Kim, for the wonderful make and takes. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
I do.
Yeah.
When is the carnival thing that you said sign up is tomorrow?
Yeah, so it's January 25th. It's a Saturday. And what it is there's like 8 demonstrators that all do a display based on the product suites in the mini catalog. So the new mini catalog, hopefully you guys all got them in the mail because I saw that they all shipped out.
I didn't.
You didn't get yours yet?
No.
Oh no. Yeah, if you're in the area, you can stop by. I can give you, I've got them, the new mini catalog and the celebrations, but it's all digital online also. But anyways, the product suites that are in here, each of us pick one and we do a full display with different cards and projects made with that suite. And so you just get to walk around, take pictures. It's also an opportunity to play some games for some prizes and win door prizes. There's loony draws, and then there's make and takes. So the deadline to register for make and takes is tomorrow, just because we have to get all the supplies ordered. But there's
Right.
5 make and takes. There's 5 of us that make a card, and you in your welcome kit, you get the cards and everything you need to make it, along with a little welcome gift. And you go at your own pace around everything. So you go to each of the 5 tables to make your cards, and you don't have to make them right there. We encourage you just to walk around and stamp, cut out whatever pieces you need, and then take it home and assemble. There's a make and take board with instructions, so you can take pictures and then have that on the go. But you just get to walk around, come and go, and it's a fun time. Really,
That's cool. How do I sign up? Do I just text you?
there's a
That
Google link. I'll reshare it again in our group.
Okay, yeah, I totally missed that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, because it's fun.
Is it at Capilano again?
It's at Capilano Community Hall. And there's 2 time slots that you can come. So you can sign up for 11:30 or you can sign up for 2 o'clock, I think it is. And so there's just a time slot with an hour gap in between to kind of transition people in and out so that we can tidy and reset up the make and take station.
So if you don't do the make and takes, it's just like a free come and do your thing.
It's $10. So if you don't,
Okay.
yeah, if you don't, the make it with the make and take and registration, it's $28. Or if you don't want the make and take, you can pay $10 to come. And there's snacks and, like I said, a welcome gift and just.
And I can bring other people that aren't necessarily like stampers, right?
Exactly. Yep, yeah, it's open to anyone.
Okay.
Oh,
What's
So
it called,
Trisha,
yeah.
do I have to register for that information thing?
Yeah, there was a link there to register.
I don't find the link.
It's on the Stampin' Up website somewhere.
Yeah, I went there. I've looked everywhere. I don't see any link.
I remember
It has a
seeing
date and a
it.
time and a link to ask questions, but nothing else.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe it's under the demonstrator website.
I thought I got an email. I thought I saw an email about it.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just gonna look backwards.
Yeah, I'm just
I'll
looking
look on
up-
my
Oh,
phone.
the weekly updates. In the weekly updates, you
Yeah,
can
I
click on
went
the-
there. Yep.
Yeah, you click on the date and it takes you to the Facebook group to sign up with the link.
It
I
takes
don't
me
think you
to a
sign up. I
Facebook
think
group.
they're just going live in the Facebook group.
Okay, yeah, because when you click it, it does take you to a Facebook group, which I'm
Yeah.
already part of. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's probably just a live event in there.
Okay.
Can't join it from here because apparently I'm logged in as mine.
I have a quick question. Does anyone need any French catalogs of the minis that just came out? Because I ordered French instead of English by mistake. Does anybody have any French-speaking customers that wants a French mini catalog?
No, but you know what, Sherry? Sorry if no one does. You can go into that demonstrator website place or even the Canadian demonstrators and do a post and just say you inadvertently ordered these. Is there any demonstrators in the Edmonton area who would be willing to trade?
Oh, they can have them for free.
Yeah, or need them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I did
Good
that
idea.
one time, Sherry, and I did go on there and this lady came and picked them up from me.
Oh, good. Okay. Wonderful. Thanks, Cheryl.
I'm just wondering if Kim, where did she get the honey sticks from?
Amazon.
Sorry, where?
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
At
I
your
know-
candy shop too, though, right, Kim?
Yeah.
That's the package of what I got. It's
Yeah.
just Dutchman's gold honey sticks.
Oh.
This is just
Okay.
honey. You can get them in different flavors. Like you could have lavender, you could have, different things. But I just figured stick with the natural. I got lots.
Yeah. David's Tea sells them as well. They're probably pricey, but I used to get the agave instead of honey. But they also sell honey ones too.
Okay.
No, are they online only now, Sherry?
These are good to have because honey's good for sore throats.
You know what? I don't know. There used to be a David's Tea in Sherwood Park Mall. It's closed, but I think there is still one in Southgate Mall.
No,
Not
that was
100%. It did it? Oh, then maybe they're only online. I keep getting emails from them all the
I
time.
know there used to be one in the outlet mall out here, but it's long gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Must be just online then. But
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
but they
online.
probably do have them too.
yeah.
And Kim, though, but what's that candy store out at that landscape company out by you guys?
That is at Cliff's Landscaping, but she closes during the winter.
Oh,
Oh, is that the one that I
She
see
used
this the sign when I come down Raleigh View Road to your place? The sweet shop, is that
Yeah,
the
that's
one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but they're closed in the winter. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. She might do cakes and stuff like on the side for like private things, but yeah, the store gets closed for winter.
there's also a honey booth at the Bountiful Farmers Market. So if you find yourself in the city on the weekend, you can always go check there too if you wanted them sooner.
I don't think they have sticks though.
You haven't seen sticks there?
No.
Oh.
I believe there's still a West or a David's Tea in West End Mall.
Oh,
That's where I saw it.
because there used to be one downtown too, but it's not there anymore.
Does anybody have any mini calendars that they'd like to get, sell or get rid of?
Margaret posted in our group today that she wants to order 2 packages. So I can put in an order. I just can't guarantee when they're going to get here.
I've got some extra ones here, Lorette.
Oh, do you?
How many are you looking for?
I don't know. How many do you have? Probably 10.
I don't know if I'd have 10.
No.
Let me check. Can I let
And
I,
remember,
well, I
there's
have,
2 in your bingo bag too, Lorette.
What's that?
There's 2 that I put in your bingo.
Yeah.
I have some that are two or that are like squared, not the rectangular.
What?
They're squared. They're in a square, a 2 by.
Okay, but that, I think that would,
I have a package. I didn't did anything with them. I ordered them, but there's 10. They're 2 3/4 by 2 3/4.
Can you hold them up?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would fit on a,
Rather than the rectangular ones, right?
that would fit on a card or no?
Yes.
One-
Yeah. So here's the ones that we did. Remember this one we did with
Yeah.
Trish?
Yeah, those,
So it's just a little bit.
oh, yeah, well, that'd work.
It's a little bit longer.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, this is okay. Just a minute. Hang on. These ones are 3 by 2 1/4. And this is, what did I say it was?
2 3/4 by,
2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Yeah. So just a little bit different.
yeah, that would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Carol,
I'll
we
put
need to
the-
see. We need to see if your printing lady can print those for us.
I don't know how she could. The one, I don't know what you're paying for from the States, but the one from, what did we pay, Sue? Susan,
What?
what did we pay for the calendars from that lady? It was like
Um,
$5 a pack of 10, so they're like 50 cents each.
Something like that, yeah.
The ones that I just ordered off of the post that Trisha posted the other day, from that guy that is Canadian also. I'm hoping it's legit because I ordered 25 and they're $1 a piece, but I think that includes shipping because there was no extra cost. It was just $25 flat.
Yeah, no, it's legit.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah.
I never got an email or anything. I just paid online and nothing's come since. So
Oh,
Is
you
that
can
the
go-
guy that has virtual card classes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brian? What's his name?
Yeah, I think Brian is his name,
I think that's right. Yeah.
and he is
Yeah, he's down
Canadian.
east someplace, isn't he?
Yeah.
It must
Um,
work because Donna's selling them for $1.25, and that's where she got it. That's where I got them from.
yeah, but these were cheaper than that.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are 10
we
for
paid
5.
5 something with the tax and everything.
Actually,
It
just let me
worked
look
out to for 10, right? Or maybe it was 6 something.
That's still cheaper.
$7 and well, they must have gone up because there's mini tear-off calendars, set of 10, 2025 are sold out. But it says here, and those are the Taylor ones. She had some, no, that's 5 by 7, and that's 2024. I'd have to look up to see what I actually paid, but I was sure it was only like 5 something.
Me too.
That
I
Taylor
feel like
is
that's all I gave you for those, Cheryl.
Well, you had 20 of them.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like it wasn't more than that.
I'd have to look up my order to see, but it is cheap, and they're here in Edmonton. They're out in the West End.
Are they? Oh,
Oh, see, I like that if I can go pick it up because I'm on the West End.
Yep. And you actually order from her online, and then you can and you go there, and they're ready to go. Unfortunately, she doesn't have prices because she sold out of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if my order would come up on here. I don't know. I mean, our website. I don't know if that.
But if she's sold out, I still have to place the order. Like, I still have to place an order because someone wants 2. But I was hoping to get at least 3 people to share the shipping because these ones are in the US. They're on sale for $3.60 for a pack of 10. So it works out to be 36 cents US. But even with shipping, like they should be less than $1, like less than 75 cents a calendar based on that, right?
Yeah, that was dumb that I jumped the gun. I should have asked you.
No, that's okay. Because like in the comments, I said if anyone wants to, we can combine it. And someone just posted today that they wanted 2 bundles of 10. So now it's like we can find 2 more people if anyone wants them. I just don't know how long it'll take from the States. And I don't know, like sometimes I've had to pay duty at the door, and sometimes I haven't. Like the last order I ordered from her, I never had to. So it was literally what I paid in the conversion rate. But it's one of those things I can't say for sure there's no duty
I
because
think some of that depends on whether or not, because I ship to the US with my dad all the time. I think some of that depends on whether they send an envelope or they send a package.
oh yeah, probably.
Because if it's the envelope, it just goes through like regular mail, and if it's a package, then it's checked at the border for the duty.
That makes sense. But anyways, all that for anyone catching the replay, let us know if you want to take part in this sooner than later, and we will order some more mini calendars. And then we'll have to try and coordinate it better in August or September, where we can put in one big order, and then that way we can all share on the ship.
Well, Sue and I bought them in September last year from this lady here. Like she had them last year, right?
Nice.
Because that's when we bought them. And I think we
That's better to support local too.
Well, Connie, Cookie Lady Connie, her sister owns a scrapbook store in Calgary, right? Did you guys all know this?
No.
Lady Connie, and I forget the name of her store. I want to say it's like Scrap-a-Lot or Scraps something. Anyways, she is always at the Creative Carnival or whatever, the Scrapbook Carnival in Edmonton and Calgary every year. So that's where last year I got them from, is she had them at the Scrapbook Carnival here in Edmonton. So Connie just picked them up for me from her booth because she sold them there. And I think that was like August or July. And so I'll try and coordinate with her again to maybe, like, if I know how many people want, then we can have her bring them to the carnival, and then that way we can just pick them up from her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm also trying to find someone who will make them for me. So I've contacted a couple of print shops who told me no, but then I thought about this Leduc one because she made me a bunch of bingo pads. So she prints them, she cut them, and she put all the glue on them. So it's no different than calendars.
Check Budget Printing. That's who we use for all our scout stuff, and they're really, really good to work with.
Yeah,
I don't know if they
didn't do. They wouldn't do it for
They
me.
didn't? No. Yeah, because that's one of my top printers that I always go to.
Yeah, you probably have to have a lot.
I would think so, yes.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I was working with them to find out like what the minimum would be, but he just said no, their plates, like they're not designed for that.
They're too small.
Business they want to get into.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would cost you more than, $1 a piece for them, I would think.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Custom order for them, just because of, unless you were doing thousands, right?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on how big of the sheet of papers they're doing. And through. So the pads I got from I don't know if you guys have seen them. They were a half a sheet of paper, and I got 100 of them, and they worked out to be like 70 cents a pad. So it was reasonable.
On them?
It's my bingo call sheet numbers.
Oh, okay. Ouch. Yeah, I honestly don't know whether they would do them or not, but
okay, no, that's okay. It's something I'll ask her when I go because I've been getting them to print a lot of stuff for me lately.
Oh, have you? They're really good down there, they're great people. And I really like dealing with them.
Yeah. Turn around, even though I say no rush, they have it for me like ready within 24 hours.
They do. Yeah. Wow. They do that with me all the time when I order from them too. So.
That's interesting. Will you send me the information for that printing company, Trisha?
For sure. It's in Leduc. It's Leduc.
Oh, Best Copy.
Best Copy?
Best Copy in Leduc.
Okay.
It's just a small business, and she's amazing. And
actually, it's a family business. It's 3 women that are in there. So so Kelly, and then Ashley is her daughter, like they're her daughters that are working in there.
Yeah.
Ashley does a lot of the design and stuff. She helps you with design. She'll do things like change things up for you and all that kind of stuff. They're very, very good that way.
Yeah. And I know, Cheryl, like you've referred us before because that's who do the catalog coiling and stuff for us. But the last time I was out at the lighthouse out in Leduc, and I was standing there looking at the board, and there was one of their advertisements. And I was like, of course, I totally forgot about them. And that's who's been doing all my printing for the retreats.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really nice ladies, and they're really reasonable too. So,
yeah. And
like you say, supporting local is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it's like family, and I love that it's women.
Yeah.
Power to them.
Yeah. No, they're really wonderful to deal with. They're they're just awesome.
I know I have to order, so we order flyers specifically for budget printing, and I've been trying to get them to be a little bit more flexible about how they accept payment. And that's been a little bit of a struggle with us, and it seems that every time I get a quote for the same amount, it's higher every time. So
Oh, that's not good.
yeah,
I mean,
every
they're
6
quoting
months we do
charge
it.
you more?
Sorry?
They're quoting you and then they charge you more?
No, they're like I always ask my item is all the same. It's door hangers for flyer delivery.
Right.
And it's always the same flyer, different wording. And so I do a bottle drive in September and in April. And I get the quote ahead of time and send them the artwork. So they literally have to print it. There's no tweaking or anything. And every time I order, every time it comes around, every 6 months, it's more money. And sometimes it's only $5 or $10, but the quotes keep going up all the time. And you shouldn't have that much variance in like the cost of paper and ink in 6 months, right? I think. But it's like every time, and I actually called him out last time I ordered. I said, we're non-for-profit and this just keeps going up and up. Can you like support the community? Because I've sent lots of business your way. Like, how do we keep these numbers similar? Because it's fundraising and non-for-profit and it comes right off of our top, right? So when you're ordering 3,000 door hangers and it's costing you almost $1,000, at what point is it a value, right? So
And what did they say about you asking them to keep the price stable?
they kept the same. They honored the quote from. So I last ordered in September, and they honored the quote for my last order in April. So.
Yeah, I mean, printing stuff, I haven't heard of printing going up a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's just it. Like last time it went like this, the quote that I got in September for our orders, and I have to order like 3-4 weeks in advance. Which seems like a really long time too. But when I first started going, like they were so good. Like they would come out to the car and deliver them, like put them right in my trunk. And this last time I went there, I didn't have that same service. So that's when I started looking around in September because I got my quote for them. I contacted them in like August when I had my date set and said, can I get a quote? And it was $80 more. And I said, oh my God, like we're going to have to shop around because this is going up every time. And that's when they went back and honored the previous amount.
Yeah, I honestly haven't checked pricing with them for quite a while. I mean, I used to do price checking and stuff like that, but I've been using them for so long, I haven't really checked prices to see if but they do the printing for the Christmas elves when I get the printing done too.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good to know. I'm always looking for a recommendation for somebody local, right? So I might have to look into them.
Yeah. And like Trisha said, I mean, you send in an order and then you get an email usually within 24 hours. Your order's ready for pickup.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So they're really good that way. Depending on how much you're having printed, of course. Sometimes it takes a day or two, but
yeah, I do a lot of newsletter printing every quarter too, and that's become quite expensive doing it through Staples, and Budget won't do a small like 50-page order. So
yeah, they'll do 50 pages, no problem.
Thanks for that info.
Whatever. Yeah, no, they're really good.
That's another reason why these stamp togethers are awesome, because it's not just about the stamping, it's about the little chatter.
Networking and the chatter, yeah.
So before I hit stop on the recording, which I should have done a long time ago, sorry you guys, just want to remind you guys, it's the first Sunday of every month is our next meeting. So February 2nd is what our next meeting is. And our focus is, I have to go back to my text to Kim. I can't remember what I said.
Valentine, and I can't remember the second thing.
Oh, yeah. Not just Valentine's, though. It's more geared to love so that you can use it all year round. Yeah. But because it's the first Sunday, though, Valentine's could happen, right? Because we're doing this far enough in advance that you guys might be able to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love and care is what I'm doing it to, so that it's kind of more universal. If you want to use it for Valentine's, you can, but if not, you can use it for something else.
Well, there's so many things that you could use that for.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget about the Sale-a-Bration challenge. That is on. Don't forget about the card challenge. I will post by tomorrow night the mystery stamping, so you can participate in that. And it's a celebration card is kind of the theme to kind of make a card for the month of January before.
What's the mystery stamp? Sorry, I totally. I'm a newbie,
That's okay.
remember?
Mystery
What's
stamping kits is I'm going to give you the different measurements and what you need to cut and have available to make a card. And you make a card using all of your own products using those measurements of the DSP and the cardstock.
and does it
And
have
that's
to be
posting
current
on
stuff?
Twist and Dabs?
That's on Twist and Dabs. Yeah. This
Okay.
for a team stamp together.
Does it have to be current and new stuff, Trisha?
Ideally, if you can, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, recognizing that not every, like you're new to this and may not have a whole lot of stash, use what
Yeah.
you new. But if you don't have it, I mean, no one's going to cut your arm off. Use what we have, right? So
Okay.
it's about being inspired and making a card, just using the measurements, and then we'll get you to post them and share them.
Cool.
And all the posts will just be in the mystery stamping page. Then that way there's no separate challenge page. Because the problem is I give you guys this challenge, but everyone's like, well, where do I post it? Like there's nowhere to post it. And so I think it'll just be easier. We'll have this mystery stamping page and everyone can post their photos in that post. And then that way we can give away a prize at the end of the month. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone. It was so great to hang out. Can't wait to do it again in February.
Thank you. And thanks, Kim.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kim. Thanks, Trisha.
Yeah, thanks, Kim. Thanks, Trisha. Night, everybody.
Thanks, you guys. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.